Hello everyone, the Army of Otters here, and welcome back to the Unexplored Mojave. Today we're going to be checking out Lone Wolf Radio, which is recommended to me by Little Dre. Now this is a place I'm very surprised I never covered, just because it's a place that I'm very familiar with, and as Little Dre said, it's surrounded with mystery, and it has a beautiful view to boot. And as you can see here, you can get some very beautiful views of Prim and the Ivanpah dry lake bed. And you also get some views of the southern portion of Good Springs and the NCR Correctional Facility to the north. So a very beautiful area. So why is this place a little mysterious? Well, for one, this actually used to belong to a conspiracy theorist. So during the pre-war era, this was like a pirate radio station, and a conspiracy theorist ran it, and he had a relentless campaign against the evils of government, and was fighting the good fight with his voice. Albeit, the devastation of the Great War destroyed his resolve, and he failed to continue his mission after the Great War, but he did survive the nuclear apocalypse because of his location. And he was somewhat close to the Mesquite Mountains crater where a nuclear explosion did happen, so he probably would have seen at least the mushroom cloud from his location. And for his broadcasting station, he just used a trailer, and on the outside of the trailer, he wrote, "Keep out," and on the interior left-hand wall, he wrote, "Everyone is gone, I am all alone, let it all end." So he was clearly suffering from the aftershock of surviving the nuclear apocalypse, and who knows what his fate was. And I wanted to mention that there are some giant geckos near this area, but they're pretty easy to kill, and they'll provide good XP for lower levels, so definitely a place you probably want to visit if you are lower level. Now, as I said, this location is near Good Springs and Prim. It's actually right in between both of them, just to the west, up in the mountains. And as we approach Lone Wolf Radio, we'll notice several antennas that were obviously used for broadcasting. And these antennas actually have no hit barrier, so you can actually penetrate yourself with them, which I found quite humorous. And I also wanted to mention that this location was designed by Denise McMurray, and McMurray drew inspiration from a conspiracy theorist who spoke at the corner of her university, the University of Oregon, and she imagined what he would sound like if he had a radio station. And this area was designed as an abandoned area mainly for the player to loot technology items. And there's the graffiti on the inner wall. And actually, if you visit this location early game, you can get almost all of the components you need to fix Eddie. In order to fix Eddie, you need a high enough repair skill or science skill, but you can actually circumvent that with certain computer parts, which can be found in the trailer. As far as loot, there isn't much. There's a Sunset Sarsaparilla Star bottle cap, along with a copy of the Wasteland Survival Guide, which I've already found. And then here we can see Veronica glitching through the trailer, and we can just see her head watching me as I loot. And I also wanted to mention that Lone Wolf Radio actually has some connections to a real-life underground radio host named Wolfman Jack. Now, Wolfman Jack was active in the 1960s, and he was the host of a pirate radio program popular with teenagers during that time. The way he broadcasted his radio channel was using very powerful signals in Mexico that reached almost all of North America. And during the night, his signal was so powerful, it could be picked up as far away as Europe and the Soviet Union. So some pretty interesting history that would otherwise just kind of be unknown. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Unexplored Mojave. If you have any recommendations for the next episode, please post them in the comments section below. And as always, until next time.